It's part of college basketball, a title holder upset that busts the brackets of March Madness, sending the defending national champions home 46 times over the last 48 years, with Baylor University now taking their turn.
It's so hard to repeat because the next year you have so many obstacles. Here we've had to deal with a lot of injuries, and not only are you taking everybody's best shot, you don't sneak up on anybody.
Baylor head coach Scott Drew inherited a program under scrutiny and scandal in 2003, but he's taken on both the long build and the 2021 championship with profound perspective.
Coach, what you've done here at Baylor is frequently described as the most dramatic turnaround in college basketball history. 2 decades worth. One consistent difference maker for you, what would it be?
It's God. Everything we do around our program is Christ-centered. The great thing is we can prepare champions for life, and that's a spiritual, academic, character formation, and athletic. So for us to be able to incorporate the spiritual part has been so key and paramount to all our success, and He's blessed us.
The program that you inherited, downtrodden, scandalized, what was the feel of the program and the team?
We only had between 5 and 7 scholarship players because to work things out academically. It was a walk-on stream because not only could you be on the team, you could actually play. When you're a 35 or 40-point underdog every game, you know that chances aren't great you're walking out with wins, and that first class helped form the foundation for what we're doing now and everyone that's come after.
The road to joy. For you, what is it?
A road to joy, I think, really makes it a lot easier to understand Jesus, others, yourself, and if you're living with those priorities, life is so much better for all of us.
Winning a title that beyond joy?
It's the last time I've had an all-nighter in probably 30 years. It was an unbelievable feeling. You got to celebrate it. Why I coach, why so many people coach, is to help people reach their goals and dreams, see them satisfied.
How have you been transformed? How have you changed?
Well, I think anything you do takes time to develop your craft. Hopefully I'm a better coach today. Hopefully I'm a better mentor today than I was back then. It takes everyone involved to be successful. A lot of our coaches have been here 10, 12, 15 years. It starts with a lot of love. Players don't care what you know until they know how much you care. You love them and try to get the best for them.
You've walked at that long process of building and waiting. What kept you unwavering?
I'm blessed to have great assistant coaches, and then my dad's a Hall of Fame coach, and when we were going through the first couple of years, he got me in the book of Job, and does Job ever end? Is it the whole Bible, you know? But it's who you surround yourself with. Which lion are you listening to? Coaches like to control everything, and you know when you're walking by faith, God's the one at the wheel. We try to do everything we can. We give our players our best, try to go 1-0 each and every day and see what God has in store for us that day.
Your reputation is as a remarkable recruiter. What does the soul of a student athlete today crave?
27 years ago when I got into coaching, it was the coach's way or the highway. Nowadays, players, they don't want to be told, they want to know why. And if they believe in the why, then they'll do whatever is asked or required. It's the Siri generation. They want to be informed, so the heart's so important. And if they're bought in with the heart, they perform at their fullest.
When you finally earn that national championship, is there fault in clinging to it?
Does it change you? Absolutely not. The day that I die and I go before God, He's not going to say, what's your record? How many championships did you win? So we're going to do everything we can. Thank goodness God sent Jesus for us. Hopefully we win the game of life, which is much more important than a trophy, a tournament, a championship. It's God's platform, and I just wanted to honor Him.
Coach, from the height of achievement, pride can be empowered. Does humility take a different look?
Well, pride comes before the fall, so the great thing is in the Bible, the people God uses, the weakest clan, the smallest, so it's easier to stay humble when you're not Samson or Goliath, you know? I know in our journey that bold's good for me because I know it's not what I've done, but what God's done.
Competitor and Christ follower, what do they have in common?
Both of them should be fearless in a race, run in such a way to win the prize. God doesn't call us to not try to use all the talents. We want to maximize what He's given us in a way that pleases Him.
Conviction and faith at a Christian institution, it can become distant and stale. How do you keep the faith of your players active and authentic?
It's like eating, you gotta do it every day. We start staff meetings in prayer, we start practice in prayer, we end practice in prayer. Players have players-only Bible study. So it's constantly being fed. And at the same time, the great thing about college basketball, there's a lot of pressure. You're only as good as your last game. You're closest to God when you need him most.